Hey, what is going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I am back for another Sonic Boom review on this episode, Circus of Plunders. Okay, so in this episode, we actually get to see some action at the beginning, and it looks like Amy is stepping up, trying to take a little bit of the, a little bit of the command, and um, they have to fight a new robot by Dr. Eggman. It's called Octopus Bot, and they have this kind of Bugs Bunny type of banter. You know what I mean. Whereas Sonic is playing the part of basically Bugs Bunny, trying messing around with Eggman's machine, while Amy takes it out. And I thought that was pretty cool. And they have a new invention by Tails, and it's basically a laser gun. And but what happens is the beam is reflecting off of everything else, all the rocks and stuff in the desert, and it almost ends up messing everything else up. And but they do defeat the robot ultimately. And after they joke around with the name because it's Octopus Bot and blah blah blah. And okay, I'm like, okay, this is how the episode starts. Great. But then it slows down and we meet the real antagonist of this episode, and that's T.W. Barker, who you may remember as the character we met during Dude, Where's My Eggman, when Cubot and when the two robots were trying to sell things to bail Eggman out of jail. T.W. Wolf was actually the one that stole the vehicle, the Eggman ship, and it's funny to see him back again, because at first I didn't remember who he was, so I had to backtrack. I'm like, okay, this guy, I've seen this guy before. He convinces Sonic and the gang to perform in his circus because, according to him, his old cast, his old crew, they all left. So he has nobody to perform in his circus. So he convinces Amy to do it for the children. And being the sweet, caring, motherly type that Amy is, of course she's gonna do it. And then he convinces everybody else to do these rather kind of, well, interesting but elaborate um, performances for the shows. Like, for example, you have Sonic inside of a round cage, and he's doing his speeding inside the cage, and he's rolling up into it. I'm like, okay, that kind of reminds me of something out of the game. I was excited to see that. And then you got Styx doing the trapeze act, which kind of fits her personality because she's always jumping and all over the place. And Knuckles getting shot out of a cannon. Uh, I'm sorry, I can't get over the way they portray Knuckles in this series. I can't. He is not traditionally the dumb jock. Okay, everybody else seems to be the same, whereas he is dumbed down, and now you give him probably the most dangerous job besides the trapeze act, in my opinion. You got and Amy gets basically demoted to clown, to sad clown, and juggling and stuff for the kids. And come to find out, it's a front. Yes, there is a circus, but they all get captured and forced to work in the circus. And while Tails is working on his machine, at this point, Tails is the only group member who's not in the circus because he decides to work on his machine. He feels really bad about what happened, and he's determined to figure out the problem. And where's Eggman and all this? He's trying to watch TV. He's trying to watch TV. Every time he turns it on to a new show, Tails does something, and then the laser beam hits the remote, and then Eggman's like, no, 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 it's the season finale. So he spends the rest of the time trying to fix the remote. I'm like, you're an evil genius, quotation on the evil, and you're too lazy to just turn the buttons up and down. I mean, I know it's a flat screen TV, but whatever. But anyway, I thought that this was actually a pretty cool episode. Aside from Knuckles being the guy being shoved into a cannon and then shot out and everything else. I thought that Tails being the hero in this one, what was actually a very nice change of pace. T.W. Wolf, con artist, thief, ringmaster. I I like it. Now there is one thing I don't understand though. The round cage, was actually created by Eggman. He has an infomercial for it and everything, and and TW orders it from Eggman's company. Wouldn't it make more sense if Eggman was the one to use it? I'm just saying. This is just a gripe here, but honestly, I think that right there was a wasted moment. Instead of wasting your time on these robots, why don't you just try to capture Sonic and the rest of the gang, and then go on with your quote unquote evil schemes? I mean, obviously you have the know-how to do it, but you're letting everybody else do it instead. I just found that kind of strange, but that's just me. Old school Sonic fan. I've seen I don't know how many different incarnations of Sonic, and this one is the only one where I'm up and down. But like I said, I like this episode altogether. It's probably going to end up being one of my favorites right now. But let me know what you guys think of this episode overall. Are you still watching the show? Because right now I'm kind of on the fence. Let me know, comment below, and I will see you in the next video. To catch up on more news and reviews for Sonic Boom, check out my official Sonic Boom review playlist on my channel, and thank you for subscribing. Peace, love, and never be normal.